Okay, the servos are in place, and now it's time to put in the receiver, wrap it up in some foam, and hook all of that together. So I'll be right back and show you how the foam and the battery receiver get wrapped. Okay, so I took and cut 3 pieces of foam. Let me show you. The big one is for the battery. Basically, I just measured the battery like that and made it enough to fold over and cover it. So when you do that, then I take a piece of Velcro. I get these at Home Depot or Lowe's, any hardware store might also have them, but they're short and just the right size for this. And I don't actually use the little hole that's there. I just put it down like that and wrap it around, give it a bit of pressure, and just seal it in place. That's all you need. Okay, so that's the battery. The receiver and the transmitter, remember, are wired together. But before you put the receiver on, you've got to install, let me move that out of the way. You've got to install some servo extensions, one for each aileron. That allows you to separate the aileron and take the wing off. So these are Spectrum's heavy-duty 9-inch servo extensions, and I got 2 of them. And the first thing you got to do with this is to use a Sharpie marker and some painter's tape and mark the one end that does not go in the receiver with what it's for. So let me mark those and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and it's real important to mark these servo extensions the right way. So I've got one marked right aileron, and I've got the other one marked left aileron aux 1. And I always use the same blue color for the right aileron and the same white color for the aux 1. So they're 2 different colors, and so the right aileron on the wing will get a blue one, and the left aileron servo on the wing will get the white one, and marked the same way. So when you go to plug them in, you're going to read them, but you're also going to do blue to blue and white to white. Okay, because they are on different channels, and that's for the differential. So now that I got these marked, I'm going to plug them into the right, to the correct channel on the receiver here. So this is the blue one, and that means it's aileron. Okay, and so that went into the aileron channel. Remember, this is a 7 channel, so the aux 1 and the aux 2 are at the top here, and I'm going to plug the aux 1 for the white one. So that's aux 1. Now if you got a 6 channel, you still got an aux 1. I'm not using aux 2 anyways. And the gear channel still has the power going to it. So this is as if it's a 6 channel, but allows me to add flaps if I want or whatever. Okay, so so I'm doing this without flaps for now. Okay, so that's good. And now I'm going to show you well, before I wrap them, I'm going to put them in the airplane and put the other 3 servos plugged into this. Be back in just a second. Okay, I'm back. I've got my receiver. Here are the 3 wires coming out of the airplane. So I'm going to grab the throttle channel first. And that's why you label it, because you don't have to trace it back. That's the throttle channel. I labeled it before. So it's going to go in the throttle channel. And then we've got the elevator. Elevator is right next to the aileron, so it's going to go into the elevator channel. And then rudder is the last one. Rudder is right next to elevator, and we're going to plug that in. Okay, so all that's plugged in. I'm not worried about the ailerons yet. I'll test those later. Before I go any further and wrap this up, I'm going to get out my radio and test the servos and see how they're working. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got the battery plugged into the off side of the switch. You can see my transmitter is on there. And I'm going to turn the airplane on. And why is it not working? That's a good question. Oh, be right back. I know why. Okay. I got to put the on side of the switch into the receiver. Let me turn this off. I'll put the on side of the switch into the receiver. That always helps to get power to the receiver. Okay, so now we're going to turn it on. And everything's good. Flight pack, no data. I got orange lights on the things. And so I'm going to look in here and test the elevator first. Okay, that's going right. Test the rudder next. Okay, that's going right. And test the throttle. Okay. So throttle works, elevator works, and rudder works. So we're all good to go. Okay, that's it. Now I'll stop for a second and I'll show you how I wrap them up. Okay, battery was already wrapped. I've wrapped the receiver. That's the receiver. This is the telemetry module. The way I'm going to do this is I put the sticky back, the side of the Velcro out so that these two will actually stick together. Okay, the battery is going to go in this way, and then that's going to sit on that side. That's the receiver, and this side will be the telemetry module. And let me turn this a little bit so the telemetry module can reach. So those two pieces of electronics, the receiver and the telemetry module, are going to sit just like that. The wires for the servos are coming out the back side of the receiver, and then the wires for the telemetry module, one goes over to the receiver, one goes around the corner here to the power. And now I'll stop for a second and show you how it gets in the airplane. Okay, I'm back, and you can see how I've just piled the batteries on the bottom. The two telemetry and receiver are on the top, and then the piece of Velcro that we put on just holds them all in place. I cut the piece of Velcro that goes around it just because I cut it long before. So the only other thing to do, and notice I have here, this is the wire to check the voltage of the battery before you put on the wing. This is the left and right aileron, so they're sort of hanging out. Okay. This wire is the telemetry module's antenna, and so for that I'm just going to take a piece of Scotch tape and tape it to the side of the inside the fuselage here. So it just gets a piece of tape sitting there, and that'll hold it for quite a while. And then for the here's the satellite antenna for the receiver, and that's just going to get go to your local Ace Hardware, get a piece of these pieces of Velcro, which are 7/8 of an inch in size. They're square, and I like to put the fuzzy side on the back of the satellite antenna. It's just about the right size. So the fuzzy side goes on the back of the satellite antenna, and then the hook side is going to go on this side of the aircraft in just a convenient little spot right there. So I put it right there, and then the satellite antenna just hooks by Velcro just like that. So the satellite antenna is going to sit there. It's not going to interfere with any of the servos. In fact, all the wires are going to be ahead of the servos there. And if necessary, you can get some tie wraps and tie that mess of wire together there. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Yeah, I probably will put a piece of tie wrap on there, but that's okay. So that's how you wrap it all up, and it's been tested. And now we're ready to install whatever else needs to be installed. The motor and the tail feathers for these servos to operate. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.